Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and I am a certified personal trainer, instructor, and nutrition coach with 20 years of experience. So if you haven't checked out some of my other videos, check out the About Me and how I lost 100 pounds and became a personal trainer, and then maybe start out looking at my goal setting videos and how to set goals. I am here to teach you the things that you would learn if you were to hire a personal trainer. And so you're getting it on YouTube for free. So I hope you enjoy the videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. So today I'm going to talk about people who constantly say to me, that doesn't work for me. Keto didn't work for me. Whole30 didn't work for me. I've tried to lose weight and I always gain it back. This doesn't work for me. This didn't work for me. So if you are somebody who says, things like keto or insert whatever diet plan you tried, keto doesn't work for me. Doesn't work. I want you to take a minute and really reflect on, are you somebody who says this a lot? Are you somebody who says, I've tried this diet, I've tried this, it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me? If that's the case, then you need to look at you, because it's you that is not working for whatever your goals are. You are not working hard enough at whatever you chose, whether it's keto or the Whole30, or maybe it's eating healthier and exercising more, and then you become somebody who says, well, I exercised 5 times a week and it didn't work for me. So if you're someone who's always saying it doesn't work for me, it didn't work for me, you need to take some time and reflect upon yourself that you are an excuse maker. And if you don't know me, you know that I am an in-your-face kind of girl, and I am an in-your-face kind of personal trainer. And you need somebody to be telling you that you are making excuses. And the excuses have to stop if you want to actually see a change. So that doesn't mean there aren't reasons why you might be stuck in that cycle of loss and gain and loss and gain. And I'm going to tell you some of those secrets as to why you might be someone stuck in that cycle of, I lose weight and I gain it back, and I lose weight and I gain it back. That's not the same as saying something didn't work for me. Because if you lost 20 pounds doing something, then it did work for you. Then you need to analyze why you're gaining it back. What is it about the change that you made that then made you gain it back? So that's not the same thing as saying like keto didn't work for me, or Whole30 didn't work for me, or I hired this personal trainer and it didn't work for me. It's not the same thing. So let's really separate those two things and say, okay, are you somebody who has tried so many different things and you lose weight only to gain it back? And maybe you gain the same amount back, or maybe you even gain more back, right? And then you lose and you gain. So if you're somebody who's stuck in this cycle of losing and gaining and losing and gaining and losing and gaining, first of all, you're not alone. I've done it 1,000 times in my own weight loss journey. But not only are you not alone, but you need to figure out the secret and of why this continues to happen. There is a reason, and I'm going to tell you what that is. Okay? So let's take a look at the typical person who, and if you don't know me, I love my whiteboard. I love to teach using my whiteboard. So let's look at the typical person. This is the symbol for change. So they're going to change their food. So this might be somebody who says, okay, well, I'm going to do keto. And I'm talking about keto a lot because it's really, really popular right now. Or I'm going to try intermittent fasting to lose weight. Or I'm going to try the Whole30. Okay, now notice I'm saying the word try. You'll never succeed if you just go into it saying, I'm just going to try it. You have to give it 100%. You've got to make the commitment to make the change for at least 30 days. It's about creating new habits and lifestyle changes that take a while to really stick. But let's look at this person who decides to change their food. And let's say this person started out at 180 pounds. And I'm just picking a number that arbitrary. Doesn't matter male or female, really, per se. But let's say that this person wants to lose, okay? Their goal, their goal is to lose 30 pounds, okay? So they want to lose. and they start out at 180 pounds. This person on a typical day is probably consuming around 2,000 to 2,200 calories, and this is to maintain their weight. So they've been eating somewhere around that range, and most likely this range wasn't all that healthy of eating choices, right? Otherwise, why would you be at the point where you're saying, I want to make a change and I want to do something different and I want to lose weight, okay? So this is what they were typically doing. So they've now decided, I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna make a change. I'm gonna change my food, and I'm gonna do one of these things or all of these things or whatever it is that you're doing. So this person has changed their food only. They have not. This is not adding in any exercise, okay? So this person goes about their journey, and maybe in the course of 2 to 3 months, they lose 30 pounds. Yay! Explosion! Yay! They lost their 30 pounds. And it went great. They're like, that was awesome. I lost 30 pounds. What happens in this cycle that makes this person gain their weight back is this. They now have their new body, and their new body is now 150 pounds. Okay? But what do? They go back to eating what they were eating before. 2 to 3 months is typically not long enough to have established lifelong changes in your eating pattern. You looked at this as temporary when you went in. You looked at it saying, I'm going to do 30, 60, or 90 days of this. You had this mindset that you're going to stick with it for 30, 60, or 90 days. And then as soon as you were done and you hit your goals, you went back to doing what you did before. You missed pizza, you missed pasta, you missed bread, you missed having all these things. So you went back to eating how you ate before, the same quantity of what you ate before, which a 180-pound body does not consume or need the same amount of calories as a 150-pound body. So when this now 30-pound less individual goes back to eating how and what they were eating before, of course you're going to gain weight, because this new body really probably only needs around 1,500 to 1,700 calories a day. Makes sense, right? A larger body needs more calories to sustain that larger weight. A lighter body needs less calories to sustain that lighter weight. So when you stop what you were doing and you go back to eating how you were eating before, it makes perfect sense why you gain your weight back. So now what do? So how do you not gain that weight back? There's a couple of ways. Number one, if you're somebody who will never work out and it's just not something you're going to do, then you need to be somebody, so let's talk about this. This is the no exercise person, okay? And you've made your food change. You need to be really careful in whether it's your 30, 60, or 90 days that you used to make, to change your diet, and you did maybe the Whole30 or the keto or whatever you did to make that 30-pound weight loss happen. You have to learn from that. You have to learn from those changes, and you have to learn from that diet. You have to continue to apply healthier eating, and you have to eat less than you ate before. You just have to, because a 180-pound body doesn't get the same amount of calories as a 150-pound body. It just doesn't. So you have to eat less than you ate before. But if you eat more vegetables and you eat more foods that are water-filled foods, higher in water content, okay, so they are foods like vegetables and lean proteins and things, you get to eat more of those types of foods than you get to eat foods that are really calorie dense, like pizza and pasta and those kind of things. Save those for maybe a once a week splurge. So if you continue to eat how you ate during weight loss, okay? If you eat how you ate during weight loss 5 times a week, maybe 6, depending on what you're going to do on that 6th or 7th day, okay? So 5 days a week, 5 days you eat like you are in weight loss. You continue to do what you did during weight loss. And the other 2 days a week, let's make this green. The other 2 days, you splurge. Now, I don't mean like go crazy because you're going to feel like junk, but maybe you have a little bit more foods that day. Maybe you have a little extra snacks. Maybe you're going to a movie and you want popcorn. Maybe you're going out to dinner and you want to have some pasta or something that you wouldn't normally eat during those 5 days. This becomes your maintenance plan. This becomes a way to take what you've done during your weight loss, and this becomes your maintenance plan. Maintain, maintenance plan. 5 days a week, you continue to eat less foods, healthy, super healthy. 2 days a week, you splurge. So I kind of think of it as like my Sunday through Thursday, when I'm in maintenance mode, I'm eating like I treat my body like it's a temple. Like I'm acknowledging that I'm eating super healthy. I'm fueling my body with really good foods. And then maybe once or twice a week, I do that splurging where, my partner tell me? She says she treats her body like an amusement park those 2 days. So a temple 5 days a week, amusement park 2 days a week. Now, sometimes 2 days a week is too much for some people. Maybe this can only be 1 day a week. Maybe only 1 day a week you splurge. It just depends how big that splurge is, okay? So this is one way to make sure that when you are losing your weight, that you don't go back up on that roller coaster and that you stay and you learn from what you've done during weight loss and you apply that now to weight maintenance. And during maintenance, you've learned to eat healthy most of the time, and you've learned how often you can splurge. And if you're really careful about this can be a lifelong plan, and this can help you maintain your weight for a really long time. And you just have to figure out that balance for yourself, and food journaling will really help you with that. So now, what's another way to avoid the roller coaster? Here's another reason why people, when they only incorporate changing their food to weight loss, why they gain it right back. Okay, so let's go back to our original person. Our person that weighs 180 pounds, and they changed their diet, they changed their food, they also now have, this person originally did not incorporate exercise, right? And this person lost 30 pounds. They now weigh 150 pounds, and they went from somebody who was eating somewhere around that like 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day to now there's somebody who can eat somewhere between 1,500 to 1,700 calories a day. Well, as I talked about before, that's why when these people get down here and they go back to eating how they were eating before, why they typically gain their weight back so quickly, okay? So how can you avoid this and be able to continue to eat more? So maybe you're not the person who doesn't want to just not exercise and just succumb to the fact that you have to eat less because you weigh less. Maybe you want to increase your metabolism, which I'm telling you right now is the smartest way to go about this, okay? So now you're this person, and you are now going to change your diet, food, but you are going to increase your activity. Specifically, you are going to incorporate strength training into your regimen. Okay? This is the key. When you incorporate strength training 2 to 3 times a week, you are going to increase your muscle on your body. okay? You're going to increase your lean muscle mass. And depending on your goals, you're going to strength train differently. So if you're someone who wants to bulk up, you're going to strength train differently than most women who want to have a lean toned definition and lean muscle mass, okay? So you're going to now, this person is going to now incorporate strength training into their regimen 2 to 3 times a week. So this person still goes through their weight loss and they've lost 30 pounds. Yay! They've lost their 30 pounds. But this person now, because they have increased their muscle mass, they have increased their muscle mass. Instead of becoming this person right here, who now can only sustain about 1,500 calories to 1,700 to maintain their weight because this person did not incorporate strength training, this person increased their metabolism. Metabolism is your body's ability to burn calories at rest and during activity, and how efficient it is at doing that. The person who incorporates strength training 2 to 3 times a week in their weight loss journey will increase their metabolism so that at the end of this 30-pound weight loss, this person still gets to eat somewhere between 1,800 to 21 calories, depending on the amount of muscle mass that they've increased and depending on how much they've increased their metabolism. So I don't know about you, but at the end of losing 30 pounds, to go from 500 calories less a day or only 200 calories less a day, or maybe not even any less a day, I would much rather be this person, because this person can start incorporating more food into their daily regimen because they're no longer losing weight. So they get to eat more because their body has a higher metabolism due to having more lean muscle on their body. So when you look at muscle mass, a pound of muscle at rest versus a pound of fat at rest burns exponentially higher calories. The muscle does. So if you get rid of fat and you replace or increase your lean muscle mass, your metabolism goes up and you get to eat more. Is that sinking in yet? You get to eat more. So you don't have to kill yourself at the gym 7 days a week doing hours and hours of cardio. Don't get me wrong, the cardio is good for your heart and there's other benefits and whatnot. But if you're somebody who really doesn't like to work out, at a minimum, incorporate 2 to 3 times a week of strength training, full body strength training, to increase your metabolism while you're losing weight. And you will find at the end of that, you are less likely to go on that roller coaster of losing and then gaining again. Because your body now will be able to eat more calories at the end of that 30-pound weight loss, having incorporated strength training, than the person who did not incorporate strength training. Makes sense, right? So I don't know about you, but I would much rather be this person and at the end of losing that weight get to eat more than this person. Because what this looks like in maintenance then is, instead of having to decrease my calories 5 days a week, like that last example of the person who did not exercise, right? This person gets to maybe 2 to 3 days a week. You're going to eat like you are in weight loss. And those other, like 4 to 5 days a week, you get to eat more. You still want to reserve your treat days, to 1, maybe 2 treat or splurge days. Just not a good habit to have more than that. It's not good on your digestive system to go from eating really healthy to eating, little more treats. But when you strength train, you get to have more calories when you have reached your goal. So you don't have to deplete your caloric intake so often to maintain your weight. Actually, a lot of people, what I like to do is, on the days that I exercise, I get to eat more. So let's dive into that really quickly, and that's going to be kind of the end of this lesson. So basically, if you're somebody who you've lost your 30 pounds, you incorporated strength training, yay you, you've increased your metabolism, how do you then maintain that? I showed you a couple of ways. Here's a really simple way to look at it. So on the days that you strength train, because you're still going to want to maintain your regimen of 2 to 3 times a week of strength training. Those are my dumbbells. So on the days that you strength train, you get to eat more because you've burned more calories those days. You typically will burn anywhere between 300 to 500 calories more on a day that you have done your strength training workout than on a day that you do not. So if your general rule is that I'm going to splurge a little bit more on the days that I work out, go for it because you've burned more calories that day. So maybe those are the days that you have your glass of wine, and maybe it's the days that you eat more food in general. Maybe it's the day you go to a movie or you go out to a restaurant or, whatever. So those are the days that you want to have that little extra splurge. Then on the days that you do not work out, you have to eat slightly less food. Okay, so you have to eat slightly less food than the days that you do work out. So these are going to be more like your, when you were in your weight loss mode, these days are the ones that you're going to eat more like you are still in weight loss. If you kind of incorporate this into your overall plan as you're finishing losing your weight and you're starting on that maintenance path, this is a really good way to move into maintenance and have it be sustainable and have it be so that you don't gain your weight back. Again, it's a really good idea to continue to weigh yourself or do your tape measurements or just go by how your clothes feel and really assess that every week. And if 1 week you're feeling bloated or you're feeling like you're starting to gain again, go back into that weight loss mode for maybe a week. Kick up your workouts a little bit. Get back there before you get to the point where you're letting the weight just start to creep back on and you're going back up on that roller coaster. So I hope that all made sense to you, and I hope that you maybe go back and listen to it again and look at those different scenarios of which type of person are you. Are you the person who's not going to exercise? Then you have to be a lot more careful about your caloric intake. If you are going to be somebody that's going to exercise but you really don't like to, then I really recommend you incorporate 2 to 3 days a week of strength training. And those strength training sessions, should be full body. And then if you're someone who really likes to work out, but you just can't figure out why you're on this roller coaster, then I really want you to food journal. I really want you to assess what type of workouts you're doing. And I'm going to do another video about that, about why people work out wrong for their body and their goals. But journaling and looking back at what you've done and assessing that is really going to be key to helping you stop this roller coaster and the yo-yo dieting and to learn how to maintain your weight loss so that you can break that cycle. So I hope that helped you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon.